Hey there, Stan Shields. We are back for another speaker spotlight. This is a segment, a portion of what Network Las Vegas does for the speakers who are going to be presenting at one of our Network Las Vegas meetings. Now, if you've not heard of Network Las Vegas, look above my head. You'll see Network Las Vegas and you'll see networklasvegas.com. That's how you can learn more about who we are and what we do, how often we meet, and we invite you to come join us and see if it makes sense for your business to be a part of this networking group. We will meet on the first and the third Wednesday of each month. The first Wednesday of the month is typically going to be a hybrid meeting so that you can either meet online or you'll be able to meet in person at a specific physical location. The third Wednesday of the month will be the second meeting, and that one will happen all online. Right now, it's all on the Zoom platform. So we'd love to have you come I can't even talk today. We'd love to have you come and visit with us and see if it's a meeting that makes sense for you and your business. So first and third Wednesday, 11:30 a.m. Each month. Okay, so today we're going to have two of our speakers that are going to be presenting a little bit later today, depending on when you're watching this, I guess. They will be presenting about their business. And that's one of the things that we'll do each month at each meeting is we will have someone speak and give us a little bit more detail about their business. We also will have on the fourth Tuesday of the month, we will have a live social networking event that will be in the evening. And that's typically going to be from 5 to 7 p.m. This month's, meaning June of 2022, this month's meeting is going to be, I don't remember where it's going to be, but it will be on the fourth Tuesday of the month, which is June 28th. And actually, I do remember it's at PT's Gold. And that is the PT's Gold that is on Sunset and Eastern. And so love to have you come join us for that. But you can find all the details for any of these events at that link that's above my head, networklasvegas.com. And with that, what I'd like to do is bring David Smith onto the screen. And actually, let's bring both of us on the screen. There we go. David, let's start off. Let's have you introduce yourself and tell everybody what you do, who you are and what you do.
Okay, I am the owner of marketing department LV.com. And what I do is I basically hire myself out as the freelancer marketing department for a business and do a wide range of marketing, integrate the marketing. So for those businesses that no longer want to hire multiple different marketing vendors, I am an answer where I can integrate all your marketing rather than have it piecemeal.
So now one of your strengths, I mean, you've got a lot of things that you do. So you are, and in addition to what you just said about Marketing Department LV, you're also president of Network Las Vegas, right? So
Yes.
that networking group, you're a big networker. You attend a lot of networking meetings. We told people that they could find the details at networklasvegas.com. But not only will they find the details about our meetings at Network Las Vegas, what else will they find?
Well, they'll find a lot of videos on networking, videos on for member businesses. These spotlight videos. Every time we have a meeting, we have a speaker spotlight video. All those videos are on the site, and there are lots of tips for networking. There are on the homepage, you will find networking schedule, a major networking schedule for all of Las Vegas. A lot of different networking organizations like the major chambers and other major networking organizations. You can look on one page, you see everything. You don't have to scroll through a bunch of ads. You don't have to do any scrolling at all, basically. Click on the links, go to the networking events, and it's probably the easiest networking schedule that you'll ever see anywhere.
So now there's a lot of things that you do, SEO being one of those things, search engine optimization for anyone that may not know what SEO means. We kind of take it for granted these days that everybody knows those little acronyms, right? So
Right.
have to try and remember that not everyone knows exactly what they are. But one of the other things that you do, I mean, you're a writer, you do a lot of content. And so you do a lot of content for business owners, websites, blogs, but helping them draw attention to their business, that kind of thing, right?
Yes.
So why don't you maybe talk a little bit about how business owners can generate this valuable content that they can use, and tell them where they can use it? Because I only mentioned a couple of places, but they can use it in a lot of places, right?
Yes, definitely. I'm going to show a strategy today at the Network Las Vegas meeting that includes 21 ways to convert a web page into a multimedia marketing campaign. There are many internet platforms and tools available, but using them requires valuable content. You've got Facebook, you've got other social media, you've got video, a lot of marketing automated tools. But when it comes down to it, you need to have valuable content to put into the tools. People will give you the platforms, but the tools don't give you the valuable content that's customized to your business. So what I'm going to do is today show how I took one web page of one client and converted it into the hub for a multimedia marketing campaign that includes social media, video, email, visual marketing with great images. And you do this with one web page, then you do it with another web page and another, and pretty soon you really have created a hub on your website for a whole lot of themes that have to do with what you offer as a business.
Okay. And so with this, is this something that you're going to teach them how to do this, or is this something that they can hire you to do for them? How does that work?
Okay, you've got three options. One is that I can coach a business in this strategy, and it's going to integrate your marketing. It's going to make things easier and more effective, more professional. I can coach you in how to do this. Or second option, I can create the model and template using one or two web pages on your website, and then you can go to town with the other pages and just go for it. Or three, I can execute this strategy in an ongoing way with clients. So you can just hire me to do this for you. So you've got those three options.
Okay, perfect. So then, so what's the best thing for people to do? And is there some kind of a freebie or something else that you've got that in case people say, well, maybe I want to get this guy to do this, but I don't really know if he really understands my business or if he's really going to be good for me? I mean, is there a way for them to engage with you without too much risk?
That's a very good question. And by the way, thank you, Stan, for this interview. You do such an excellent job with these interviews. Okay, yeah, my freebie, I do have a freebie. It's a 15-minute review of one page on your business website to imagine how this strategy might specifically look and work for your business. So we'll take one web page and we'll imagine how we could take this and convert it into a multimedia marketing campaign.
All right, very good. So, okay, great. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you for that compliment. And we're going to let you go so you can get ready for the meeting, since you're going to be one of the presenters today and all of that. And because you're the organizer of the meeting on the Zoom or whatever. So anyway, we're going to let you go so you can go and get ready. Any final words before you take off?
Oh, okay. I guess the final word would be you have the expertise, you have the content, and it may be in your head. Maybe you've got it on your website. It's not such a big leap to maximize that content and expertise and get it out to the public and become an information expert. And I can show you how to do that.
Awesome. Very good. Very good. Thank you so much. We'll see you in just a little bit. All right.
Okay.
And so we're going to go ahead and bring up Richard. Whoops, I'm hitting the wrong buttons here. So let me try this, right? All right. We're going to go ahead and bring up our next speaker that's going to be at the meeting today. And that is going to be Richard DePaso from Aardvark Video. And so Richard has been around video for a very long time, something like 30 or 40 years of video experience. And I'll tell you, just as a kind of as a quick introduction before Richard actually comes on screen is, video is the wave of the future. And if you have not embraced video at this point, this is a great time to get started and to embrace video and how that can work for you in your business. And I mean, everything from creating a YouTube channel and starting to do short, small video snippets, all of that can be huge for your business. But if you really want video done right and done professionally, then that's when you want to bring in Richard DePaso. How are you, Richard?
I'm great. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to your group today.
Absolutely. So do this for us. Why don't you take 30 seconds, do the elevator pitch here, and introduce everybody to who you are and what you do. And then we're going to get into some very specific questions about your business.
Okay, happy to do that, Stan. I'm Richard DePaso, and I'm the managing director of Aardvark Video. Aardvark Video has been in business for over 30 years, first in New York, and for the past 20 some odd years out here in Las Vegas. And it's B2B video. And what B2B video is, it's a video that's designed to be more effective to accomplish clients' goals for communicating about their product or service or training or just about any business video need that somebody could have. And people really don't want to read anymore. They want to see a video. And we give businesses the tools to help grow their business.
All right, very good. So now you say my first question to you is going to be, all right, well, tell us about Aardvark Video. So now you kind of did that a little bit in that right there, but really, what's the goal with Aardvark Video? You mentioned B2B, right? And so how is B2B video different from any other video that's out there? I mean, most people aren't going to really know what that difference is, right? So what is that? But tell us more about Aardvark Video.
All right. Well, let's start with how it came about. I worked in another life. I worked for Verizon. I had company-wide responsibilities, and when I was hired, my commute was about 15 minutes. After working for them for about 6-7 years, they decided that they were going to transfer everything to New York City. And then my commute, instead of 15 minutes each way, it became 2 hours each way, 4 hours just commuting every day. And when that happened, I went through it for a few years and I said, I've got to define an escape route, some kind of plan to be able to support myself and my family without having to go through this terrible commuting, because you had no life when you had that kind of a commute. So I had started doing video for my kids because they were active in sports. And people had asked us to do things on the side for them when I had time because I didn't have much time. So I started doing it more. Okay. I started marketing, and that's where actually Aardvark came from, the two A's, because at that point, most of the marketing was in the phone book, and double A was in the beginning of the phone book. People ask me about that, and that's where it came from. Well, at any rate, I started a part time business because I still had a full time, very, very busy job with it was really New York Telephone at that point. It became Verizon. And I had company wide responsibilities. I traveled all over the state, and it even grew more than that in New England and everything else. So I could only work on the weekends. So I started the business, and it grew and grew. I had to start hiring people to work for me, and I was pretty much just managing it after a while. And it grew and grew. And by the time I was able to retire, the business was there. It was like a seamless transition, and I just was doing it full time. Well, I didn't grow up in New York. I grew up in Florida, but I moved to New York after college, and I never really liked the weather. So our sons were smarter than us. When they finished college, they moved to California, one in California and one in Las Vegas. So I spent 2 years going back and forth to California, San Diego, and Las Vegas, looking at business opportunities and where I wanted to live. I decided that the better option was Las Vegas, and we split our New York business in two. I left it to the people that were working for me and set up business up here. Um, when we came out here, we thought the climate was going to be very similar to New York, because in New York, people were very media sophisticated, and all their communication for marketing, commercials, training, news that they needed to get out within the company and to customers, it was all done with video. We came out here in 2002, and it hadn't got to that point yet. This was before YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, any of that was popular. And we were very surprised because we saw the casinos and we thought that, well, it should be media sophisticated. It wasn't. So, to a large degree, we gravitated to the trade show market, and we were very, very successful there. And we also, of course, did a lot of things for local businesses because that was our wheelhouse. In New York, we were a preferred client for the state of New York. We did their training videos. We came out here. We did work for the state of Nevada. We did training videos for them. That really is the story of how Aardvark Video came to Las Vegas, Stan.
Wow. So what made you choose the name Aardvark other than it showed up as AA? Because you could have just said AA Video Services, right? And accomplished the same objective, right? So where did Aardvark come from?
We just thought it would be more catchy and less of a gimmick type of, well, I shouldn't say gimmick because Aardvark is a gimmick, but we just thought that AAA Video was kind of a phony thing. And Stan, what was interesting was that in New York, Aardvark Video in Westchester County, which is 30 miles north of New York City, we were on the top of the page with Aardvark Video. We came out here, and you had companies AAA1 video, and then you had a couple with a couple less A's. We were on page 3.
Best laid plans, right? So what are some of your favorite projects? What are some of the favorite projects you've worked on that have been very memorable to you, or maybe just fun to work on, or got the best result for the client? I don't know, whatever, but what are some of your favorite projects?
Well, let me preface that by saying that whenever we do a video, it starts with determining what the objectives of the video are. There's a lot of video companies here in this area and all over the world, really, and they make pretty videos, but they don't accomplish anything. And when I first moved out here, I saw a lot of that. I'd go to presentations and stuff, and people would be showing a video, and I'd say, well, what's the point of this? What's the message I'm supposed to get? What does the video want me to do? And none of that was in that. Our videos are designed to get a result. In other words, we learn from the client what they want to accomplish, who their audience is, and we go from there building it. Some of my favorite videos were recently during COVID. I don't know if anybody knows any of the big bus companies out here, but there is a company called National Parks Express, and they provide bus tours to all the national parks, Grand Canyon and whatever. And during COVID, everybody was scared. Plus, their Asian market had disintegrated at that point too. And people felt that it was risky to go on bus tours. So what we did is we produced a video for them that showed all the COVID safety protocols that they had put in place, including UV lighting, social distancing, masking, you name it. They had hand cleaning, temperature testing. They had put in all the protocols that you could typically think of that were in vogue at that point. And they put it on their website, they distributed it. And what it did is it allowed them to survive through the very bad times when there was very little business, because people could see that it was safe to be on their buses, and it gave them enough business to get through this. Other favorite videos we've done, there's an organization called Las Vegas Territory, and it's made of all local venues. So these are businesses that people go to, and you could think of Grand Prix racing. You can think of goodness museums. You could think of game places like Escape Game and Caesar's Palace. You could think of everything that Moapa has, everything that Mesquite has, everything that Laughlin has, everything that the various casinos have on the Strip, what Red Rock has. We got to travel to all these places and produce videos showing all the great things that people could do, the attractions they could visit, and the activities that they could engage with. And it was 11 videos, one for each of the areas, some of the ones that I mentioned. And I have to say that was very interesting, very informative. And it was a lot of fun learning about all this. We even did videos on the booze district in Henderson.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing when you're doing projects like that. It's amazing what you actually learn yourself, right? The things that you didn't know that you go, wow, been here this whole time. I didn't really realize this was here, or I didn't realize that this was as cool as it is, right? That kind of a thing. So what is the best way for people to get in touch with you to learn more about you and what you can do and how you might be able to help them?
Well, I don't care if they learn more about me, but what I want to do is I want to help them. And the best way to help them is to let them explain to me what they want to accomplish, what their vision is, because often it has to be translated to a vision to a project. People kind of have an idea, and we see this on our contact forms where people tell us what they think they want, and it isn't what they really want. And we really have to talk to them to give them some ideas, to let them know what's available, and to go through the whole process. And what we are kind of known for is being very professional, but very easy to work with, very flexible, and helping clients, holding their hand every step of the way. So we make it easy for them. You can't do that very often with just writing down a sentence or two. So I really like to talk to people and see how I can help them.
Okay. Great. So we put your contact information was scrolling across the bottom right there. So it makes it easy. I'll put it back up there so that people can get in touch with you. Any final words? It's almost time for us to start our regular meeting over at the, the other thing. So we need to get going here. But any final words before we end our broadcast?
Yes, only this. With let's start by saying that if you don't have video, and David talked about some aspects of this, but if you don't have video, you're not going to get the attention from people visiting your website that you will with video. If you don't have video for all kinds of social marketing programs, and you're just constantly providing content for people, you're not going to get the type of engagement that you are with video. And the reason a lot of people haven't started using video is they don't know how to start. And that's the hardest thing. How do you start? And what I'll tell anybody listening, and I'll also tell these people that I might not be something that you need right now, but somebody you know, or in the future, you might need to talk to us. And just start. Give us a call, and we'll do our best to help you.
Perfect. All right. And with that, we are going to end this broadcast for today. So remember to go to networklasvegas.com. It's at the top of the screen. You can see when the meetings are. You'll see the schedule. You'll see the monthly event that we have coming up. You'll see all of those events that are there. Register and then come see us. We'd love to have you and see if it's a good fit for you and your business. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you next time.